Live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Hello there, good evening and a warm welcome to the national news telecast on Sri Lanka Rupavahini. Bringing you your top stories for tonight, I'm Sonal Paranavitana.
A very good evening indeed, I'm Sharifa Tahir. Let's take a look at the headlines. A proper investigation regarding the incident of the Ministry of Finance is now on, says Minister Anil Jayanta in Parliament. Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa requests the opposition not to destroy the lives of people for political objectives. Maldivian president describes his tour of Sri Lanka signifies a friendship which smoothly and deeply flows as an ocean linking the two island states. A thumping victory for the Tamil Vetri Kadagam party of Thalapathy Vijay in Tamil Nadu state elections. Scientists identify 125 new fish species frequenting the ocean limits of this country. The main meteor shower of this year to be visible tonight and tomorrow early in the morning. Russia to assist in developing the primary health service of this country and empowering the health service with modern technology. A missile attack on an American warship which violated its territorial waters, says Iran.
And in a top local story for tonight, Minister Dr. Anil Jayanta Fernando says in Parliament that a proper investigation is now on regarding the incident in the Ministry of Finance.
Meanwhile, Minister Harshana Nanayakara stated that the investigations will be assisted by the Federal Police of Australia, and these views have been expressed during a special debate held in Parliament today in this regard. Minister Dr. Anil Jayanta Fernando said that the relevant incident had been revealed on March 23, 2026. He mentioned that the Criminal Investigation Department had been notified for investigations and the information obtained from the inquiry had already been reported to the court through a B report. He added that the investigations into the matter were ongoing and 4 officials had been suspended based on information revealed by an internal committee in addition to the report made to the CID. He claimed that there had been no avoidance of reporting these facts, that the matter had been reported to the Sri Lanka Computer Emergency Readiness Team on the 9th of January 2026, with a copy sent to the CID on the same day. He further noted that the Australian Export Finance Agency, the creditor, reported the non-receipt of funds on March 23, 2026. On March 24, 2026, the Director General of the Department of External Resources lodged a written complaint with the CID. On April 1, 2026, the matter was reported to the Financial Intelligence Unit of the Central Bank. He also mentioned that a B report had been submitted to the court on March 24, 2026, and the relevant agencies were currently conducting investigations to determine the nature of the offence. Financial and legal advisors involved in debt restructuring had been briefed and their reviews were sought on whether this constituted a technical debt default. The minister stated that although the funds paid by Sri Lanka had not reached the Australian creditor, the Sri Lankan government had no inability or unwillingness to repay the debt. He added that since Australia was working very closely with Sri Lankan government and the incident was an act by cyber criminals, the advisors involved in debt restructuring had informed them that Australia and the Paris Club members would not consider it a debt default. Leader of the opposition, Sajith Premadasa, stated that the Director General of the Department of External Resources had made a written complaint regarding the incident and that it was problematic to make statements without proper information about the source of the information. He urged the media and other parties to refrain from making misleading statements and to present facts based on specific information. Minister Dr. Anil Jayanta Fernando added that as various suspicions had arisen regarding the death of the individual who discovered the deficiency and lodged the complaint, it was important to present a formal statement to Parliament regarding the matter.
පරීක්ෂණය සඳහා ලිඛිත ඉල්ලීම සිද්ධ කරන්නේ විදේශ සම්පත් දෙපාර්තමේන්තුවේ අධ්‍යක්ෂ ජෙනරාල්වරයා විදියට. අපි දන්නේ නැහැ මොන විදියට කොහෙන් මේ තොරතුරු ගන්නවද මොනවද කියලා. එහෙමනම් කියන්නට ඕනේ අදාළ සෝස් එක මොකක්ද කාටද පැමිණිල්ල කරේ කියලා. ඒවෙනි කිසිදු දෙයක් නැහැ. මම මාධ්‍යයටත් විශේෂයෙන් අවධානය යොමු කරනවා. කිසියම් දෙයක නිශ්චිත තොරතුරු ලබාගෙන කරුණු ඉදිරිපත් කිරීම වඩාත් හොඳයි. එහෙම නැති වුණාම එක පැත්තක සමාජය නොමග යවනවා වගේම සමාජයට අහිතකර තත්වයකට උදා වෙනවා.
Parliamentarian Harshana Rajakarna questioned who would pay the amount of $2.5 million and whether the government was trying to portray it as a minor mistake. Minister Harshana Nanayakkara stated that the government was not trying to hide the fact that $2.5 million had been lost. He emphasized that investigations were being conducted to find out whether it was due to negligence or a fraudulent act, and that whoever the culprit were, they would find them and produce them before court through the CID during the tenure of their government.
Cabinet Media spokesman Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa the opposition not to destroy the lives of the people for political objectives. He made these remarks at the Cabinet Media briefing held today. Cabinet Media spokesman Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa said that if anyone has intentionally committed a mistake or intervened in the matter, they should be brought before the law and the system should be corrected. He noted that the opposition was unaware of the issue until a press release was issued after 4 individuals were suspended. He emphasized the importance of maintaining the credibility of the institutional system, stating that while the opposition may not feel responsible, the government certainly does. Furthermore, he criticized the opposition members for engaging in a competition for media visibility, highlighting that these issues often involve human lives. The minister pointed out that sharing fake news or posts about a government minister can cause severe distress and result in the individual being accused without a proper investigation, which could ultimately lead to the loss of lives. He urged those wishing to criticize the government to do so directly rather than targeting officials, as such actions deprive their families and children of the opportunity to live peacefully in the society. The minister also clarified that if the individual in question had been a dual citizen while serving as an MP, deputy minister or secretary to the treasury, legal action could have been taken against him. The cabinet media spokesman stated with responsibility that an individual was not a dual citizen at any point while holding those positions. Addressing public expectations, he mentioned that citizens often ask about the progress of punishing those guilty of corruption and why there are delays. He explained that the process of delivering justice occurs through legal proceedings. He expressed that as court dates are set closer together, cases are expedited and 3-member high courts are established. The public should feel a sense of satisfaction and confidence in the process. Regarding agriculture, he assured that there are currently no issues with TSP and MOP fertilizers for the Gala season. He noted that 12,000 metric tons of urea from the state fertilizer company and 36,299 metric tons through private companies had been allocated for paddy cultivation and supplied to agrarian services centers for distribution. The minister added that 36,700 metric tons have already been requested by these centers. Additionally, a shipment of 25,000 metric tons of urea brought in by private companies in early April resulted in 7,900 metric tons being taken over by agrarian service centers. These are being provided to farmers at a rate of 10,200 rupees, with the government covering the remaining costs.
A special banquet hosted by the President Anurakkumara Dissanayake for Maldives President Dr. Mohamed Muizzu, who is on a state visit to Sri Lanka, was held at the Presidential Palace in Fort yesterday. Maldivian President Dr. Mohamed Muizzu and First Lady Sajida Mohammed were warmly welcomed by President Anurakkumara Dissanayake upon their arrival at the Presidential Palace. The President noted that the long-standing and growing close relationship between the two countries was further strengthened by the visit of the Maldivian President and the First Lady. President Anurakkumara Dissanayake also pointed out that if the unique charm of the two countries can be promoted together, it will bring great achievements to the people of both countries in the tourism sector. The president, who stated that the Maldives is considered a reliable and valuable partner in working together for the social and economic development of Sri Lanka as well as regional peace and prosperity, pointed out that common intervention between the two countries is essential in global situations. Maldives President Dr. Mohamed Muizzu said that it was a great pleasure to visit Sri Lanka, which has been a long-standing part of Maldives' history. He added that this occasion was not just a state and diplomatic commemoration, but also a celebration of a friendship that flows gently and deeply like a vast ocean connecting two island nations. The Maldivian president also stated that the close friendship and cooperation between the two countries will be further strengthened in the future. The Maldivian president also left a special note and signed the commemorative book of the heads of state. In the meantime, the Tamil Vetri Kalagam party, led by Tamil cinema superstar Chandrasekhar Joseph Vijay, popularly known as Thalapathy Vijay, has managed to secure a magnificent victory by obtaining 108 seats in the Indian Tamil Nadu State Assembly elections.
And among the other states where elections were held, Prime Minister Narendra Modi's Bharatiya Janata Party or BJP has secured power in West Bengal and Assam. The Indian state elections, which commenced on 23rd of April, were held for 5 states: Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Assam, Puducherry and West Bengal. Thalapathy Vijay's Tamila Vetti Kalagam has received 108 seats in the Tamil Nadu Legislative Assembly. To establish power in the state, which consists of 234 seats, he must obtain the support of 10 seats from minor parties. However, an analysis of the overall state results suggests that he will be able to secure that power easily. The TVK party obtained over 16 million votes across the state, securing 35% of the total vote share. Both the DMK and the AIA-DMK parties, which had wielded political power in Tamil Nadu for nearly 5 decades, suffered setbacks in the face of Vijay's victory. The DMK received 59 seats, while the AIA-DMK secured only 47 seats. Vijay, who marked his heroism as the Thalapathy of Tamil cinema for over 3 decades, began his political journey in February 2024. Having entered cinema through the film Thirippu, Thalapathy retired from film and entered politics at a time when he was at the pinnacle of the film industry. Since the founding of the party, he utilized unique promotional strategies. Critics point to Vijay's personal popularity as the primary reason for this victory of the TVK party.
அடுத்து வர 5 வருஷம் அது என்ன 5 வருஷம் அடுத்து வர எல்லா வருஷமும் நீங்க சொல்றத நான் கேக்குறேன்.
If he becomes the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, he will be the second actor to reach that position with such a distinguished victory after MG Ramachandran. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Modi's Bharatiya Janata Party managed to achieve a superb victory in the West Bengal state elections by securing 206 seats. This handed a historic defeat to Mamata Banerjee of the AITC party, who had held the post of Chief Minister continuously for 14 years in that state. Furthermore, the Bharatiya Janata Party was able to secure a strong victory in Assam by winning 82 seats. In the state of Puducherry, which consists of 30 seats, the AINRC party, supported by the Bharatiya Janata Party, claimed victory by winning 12 seats. However, the Indian National Congress won in the state of Kerala. Out of the 140 seats in the state, the Congress party secured 63 seats.
The Road Development Authority states that the public has been misled by the contents of a statement made by Member of Parliament Nalin Bandara when it was broadcast on a private channel. The Director General of the Road Development Authority has also submitted a complaint to the Criminal Investigation Department to conduct a prompt and independent investigation into this matter. Parliamentarian Nalin Bandara made the relevant statement on the 26th. As per the content of the statement, the Road Development Authority has paid over 380 million rupees twice to a group of contractors through a main account maintained in a major state-owned bank. The Road Development Authority says that no such payment has been made from the account of the Road Development Authority, and that the statement that a payment has been made is a misleading statement that misleads the public. The complaint states that the Road Development Authority makes payments through slip transfers after the money is transferred to the authority from the General Treasury, and since no money remains in the bank account belonging to the authority after such a payment is made, there is not enough money left in the account to repeat the same transaction. The Road Development Authority requests the Criminal Investigation Department to conduct an independent investigation into whether such a payment was made by the relevant state bank. In relation to this statement, copies of the reports reported by the relevant private media institution have also been submitted with the complaint.
The main meteor shower of this year will be visible tonight and in the early morning of tomorrow. It has been termed as the Eta Aquarids. Astronomical scientist and engineer lecturer Gihan Veerasekara explained that Eta Aquarids is named because it appears to originate near the Aquarius constellation. He said the constellation typically rises above the horizon around 1 a.m. and reaches high in the sky between about 5 a.m. and 6 a.m., making the early morning hours, especially between 4 a.m. and 5 a.m., the best time to observe the meteor shower. He added that by looking towards the eastern sky during this period, observers could see around 30 to 40 and 50 meteors per hour. More local news items after this short break.
Earn high interest rates for your dollars. Open a Ceylon personal foreign currency account today. Unlock the full potential of your dollars with a Ceylon.
Live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Moving on with more local stories, the Cabinet of Ministers has given approval to implement procurement process to purchase 20,000 metric tons of urea required for paddy and other crops this year.
This is a proposal presented by Minister K.D. Lalkantha.
Accordingly, it has been planned to procure 20,000 metric tons of urea to manufacture mixed fertilizer to be used as direct manure for vegetables and other crops, and to prepare urea stocks needed for the Maha season of 2026-27. It has been planned to develop the Kalani Valley railway line from Maradana to Avissavela, acquire the lands required for the purpose, and to carry out resettlement activities. Accordingly, the proposal submitted by Minister Bimal Ratnayaka to acquire the relevant essential lands through the related divisional secretaries was approved by the Cabinet. A sum of 840 million rupees is to be allocated in this year for this purpose. Sri Lanka and the Russian Federation have agreed to sign an MOU for the cooperation in developing infrastructure facilities in the railway transport sector. The Cabinet also approved this proposal for the MOU that intends to create cooperation in constructing infrastructure facilities of the railway network in the country, modernization, electrification, digitizing, advisory services and supply chain for locomotive equipment and spare parts. Minister Bimal Ratnayaka has also presented this proposal. The Cabinet nods a proposal implement the digital transformation project of the University of Kelaniya. A sum of 476 million rupees is to be set aside for digitizing and developing infrastructure facilities for the matter within 2 years. This was a proposal made by Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya. Cabinet consent was also given to a plan presented by Minister Sunil Handunetti to accept Sri Lanka National Export Development Plan 2026-2030 as the official strategic framework for export development and promotion in Sri Lanka. The aim of this plan is to earn a foreign exchange of $36 billion by export of trade goods and services by 2030. The Cabinet of Ministers had given its approval to amend the Consumer Affairs Authority Act in several occasions. Accordingly, considering the need of restructuring the Consumer Affairs Authority, the Cabinet endorsed a proposal to expedite amending the relevant Act No. 9 of 2003. This is a proposal submitted by Minister Wasantha Samarasinghe. Scientists have been able to identify 125 new fish species frequenting the ocean limits of this country. This information has been revealed during a joint marine research tour conducted by the Nara Institute and the Norwegian Embassy.
I'm here at Colombo Port, and behind me is the research vessel Dr. Fridtjof Nansen, one of the world's most advanced floating laboratories, here in Sri Lanka for a major marine ecosystem survey. During this mission, 16 Sri Lankan scientists worked alongside international experts to study fish stocks, ocean conditions and marine biodiversity. For the first time, the survey also focused on mapping fish breeding areas and recording coastal currents, marking a significant step in the country's marine research efforts. Joining this occasion, the Minister of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources Development, Ramalingam Chandrasekhar, stated that sustainable fisheries management would assist the Fisheries Ministry in marking the right decisions for their fisheries sector, environment and fishermen. He added that the team had provided them with a map for the future and set in the climate and ecological uncertain times.
Ocean is essential in Sri Lanka life feed. If feed our people provide livelihood for thousands of the coastal families and is the foundation of our economy.
The survey, conducted from April 3rd to May 3rd, was carried out under a partnership between international organizations and Sri Lankan institutions including NARA, with the support provided through bilateral cooperation with the Norwegian government at an estimated cost of around $1 million. Using advanced acoustic systems and scientific sampling, researchers were able to observe factors affecting fish populations and marine biodiversity, although detailed results are yet to be finalized.
Time we recorded more than 800 fish or marine species in Sri Lanka. That clearly then we can say that Sri Lanka is a hotspot for marine life, and from about 5 to 10 species are new records to the world. Those species are not recorded elsewhere, and 125 species could be new species to our region or the Indian Ocean. So it's a very valuable, and these are the key ocean parameters that we got in our oceans. The west coast, east coast and southern coast oceanographically are quite different. Due to the effect of monsoon, the temperature, salinity, also the ocean current. It is the first time that we observed nearshore ocean currents, because in the country the ocean currents near to the coast are very specific. So these results were gained.
With the survey now complete, it is expected to give some valuable insight into Sri Lankan marine resources in the near future. Signing off for now, I'm Ms. Rutejan for ChannelEye Rupavahini Corporation.
Health Minister of the Russian Federation, Mikhail Murashko, and his delegation met Minister Dr. Nalinder Jyotisha yesterday at the Ministry of Health and Mass Media. Later, the Russian Health Minister engaged in a special observation tour of the Colombo National Hospital and the medical faculty of the Colombo University. The delegates observed the emergency treatment unit of the outdoor patients department of the National Hospital, accidents unit as well as the medical faculty of the Colombo University. The objective was to investigate facts regarding the empowerment of the above institution with modern technology. They also observed the functioning of medical equipment and patient treatment services at present. The Russian health minister emphasized on this occasion that the free health service of this country is an excellent health service, and the health professionals engaged in this service are also functioning in a dedicated manner. Health Minister of the Russian Federation, Mikhail Murashko, who was in the country for a 3-day official visit, left the island today after completing the tour successfully. Discussions were held regarding a number of sectors, including the development of the primary health service of this country, AI technology and the empowerment of the health service of the island with modern technology. Deputy Minister Dr. Hansaka Vichemuni and a group of officials were present at the airport to bid farewell to the Russian Health Minister and the delegation.
Deputy Chairman of the All Ceylon Buddhist Conference, Roshan Madhumake, says that this year's Bauddhaloka Vesak zone will be held on the 30th, 31st of this month until the 1st of June. The official media sponsor is the national television. This is the 25th time that the Buddhist World Vesak Zone is being held. It was revealed at a media briefing held today that the exposition of sacred relics of Lord Buddha, Vesak pandals and display of Vesak lanterns, dansels and Vesak Zone will be held over 3 days with a focus on alms, rituals and meditation programs.
The Colombo Stock Exchange ended today's trading negatively. The all-share price index closed at 22,584.30 after falling by 110.7 points, which represents a 0.49% change. The S&P SL20 index closed at 6,213.24, down by 31.41 points and 0.50%. Total market capitalization at the close of trading stood at 8.185 trillion rupees. Market turnover for the day amounted to 2.15 billion rupees with 97.86 million shares traded.
And finally, on local news, let's take a look at the weather report. Showers and thunder showers are expected across most parts of the island tomorrow, mainly after 1 p.m. according to the latest weather forecast. Cloudy skies will prevail over the western, Sabaragamuwa, central, southern and Uva provinces, as well as in the Ampara district, with morning showers also likely in these areas. Heavy rainfall exceeding 100 mm is expected at some locations in Sabaragamuwa, Central and Uva provinces and in the districts of Ampara, Patiklo, Kol, Matara and Polonnaruwa. Misty conditions may occur in parts of the Central, Sabaragamuwa and Uva provinces during the early morning hours. The public is advised to take necessary precautions to reduce the risk of damage caused by localized strong winds and lightning during thunder showers.
Get a Visa Infinite credit card with unlimited airport lounge access. Open a Ceylon personal foreign currency account today.
Taking a look at international developments, Iran claims that it launched missile attacks on a US warship for violating Iranian maritime boundaries.
The Iranian Navy states that the vessel sustained severe damage. However, the US Central Command has rejected the reports circulating about their ship being hit.
Iran's Fast News agency reports that 2 missile strikes were launched after a US ship attempting to enter the Strait of Hormuz ignored warnings from the Iranian Navy. Nevertheless, the US Central Command issued a statement emphasizing that none of its ships have sustained any damage. Furthermore, they stated that they sank 7 Iranian vessels that approached their forces during this incident. Meanwhile, it is reported that over 2,000 ships are stranded due to the blockage of the Strait of Hormuz, and the US has launched a special operation to rescue them. US authorities further stated that they will continue to maintain the naval blockade imposed on Iranian ports. US President Donald Trump warns that Iran will be wiped off the face of the earth if it attacks US ships attempting to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. Participating in an interview with Fox News Channel, the president stated that the operation currently being carried out by the US Navy is the greatest military strategy the world has ever seen. The Ministry of Defense of the United Arab Emirates confirms that UAE has sustained damage following a series of missile attacks launched from Iran. It is reported that 3 individuals were injured due to this attack. The UAE states that 12 ballistic missiles, 3 cruise missiles and 4 drones were utilized for this attack, which took place last Monday. Meanwhile, a massive fire has broken out in Fujairah oil industry zone in the UAE due to a drone strike launched from Iran. The Fujairah media office stated that civil defense teams took immediate action to suppress the fire. The UAE Ministry of Defense mentions that their air defense systems have successfully intercepted 549 ballistic missiles launched by Iran from the start of the current conflict to date. Furthermore, security forces stated that they have taken steps to destroy 29 cruise missiles and 2,260 drones. Under the theme, The Art of Clothing, the Met Gala fashion extravaganza commenced yesterday at the Metropolitan Museum of Art premises in New York, USA. Over 450 Hollywood actors and actresses, singers and fashion models participated in this event. This marked the 78th time the gala has been held.
The Fashion Gala was organized by the world-renowned fashion magazine Vogue in collaboration with the Metropolitan Museum's Costume Institute. The first Met Gala was held in 1948. On this occasion, the world's attention was drawn to several Hollywood stars due to their unique fashion choices. Among them, the dress of a beautiful singer, Sabrina Carpenter, was particularly special. She was dressed in an outfit made of film strips. She wore that attire as a tribute to the film Sabrina, which was released in 1954. Meanwhile, Heidi Klum, a German-American model and television host, was dressed in a special outfit. It was a reminiscence of the sculpture titled The Veiled Virgin by the sculptor Giovanni Strazza. Furthermore, it was highlighted that the world-famous Hollywood actress Anne Hathaway, who was named the world's most beautiful woman by People's Magazine in 2026, attended the fashion gala. Veteran world-famous tennis player Serena Williams, Korean singer Lisa, and world-renowned American singer Rihanna also joined to add glamour to the festival in this manner. A special highlight of this year's Met Gala was the participation of Jafar Jackson, the nephew of Michael Jackson, who portrays the character of Michael in the recently released film Michael.
And that's all the news we have for you tonight. Join us same time, same place tomorrow as well. Until then, it's signing off. It's me, Sunal, alongside Sharifa. Have a very good night.
Have a pleasant night.